What were your expectations around sleep or lack?
What is that?
And how was reality compared? Like, did you think you would adjust quickly, or was it harder than you imagined? Like, for your sleep.
Okay, well, since I got the mic, I'll start. But I did not envision that children could have night and day mixed up. That was nothing that anybody told me.
Correct.
So when I'm sleeping so pleasantly during the day, and she is too, I'm like, oh, I got the calmest baby in the world. And 12 o'clock hit. now the 3 hours really kicks in. I'm like, oh my God. So it would be times where her dad might come, and even though I'm like, don't hold her, put her down. Now I'm waking up, I'm dead tired. Yeah. He come in there like, do you realize how, like, you were snoring? And so sleep is one of those things, sleep and personal time is one of those things you don't really think about until you have a kid. Right. And it's like, now I'm sleep deprived. And it's of no offense to the child, like, they don't know. It's like, now I'm genuinely sleep deprived. Like, I thought you was going to sleep and, yeah, I thought you was going to be chill. You not chill vibing, like, at all. I really feel like people have to sit here and be vulnerable, and not necessarily about like all the bad things, but just about like, oh, let me tell you, you know, your stomach might turn a different color, or y'all might break up like mid-pregnancy, or you might feel alone. That's you know, all these things, and that's my little tip.
And you can still feel alone even with having a partner. It's more in-depth into it than what people realize and think until they actually get into that situation.
Yeah. Actually, piggybacking off that and then coming back to the original question, which I forgot. But piggybacking off that, I had watched, I think it was Keke Palmer's interview with Shannon Sharp. But she spoke on, like, again, that postpartum depression thing and how it's almost like the instinct is that of a mammal, where you are so protective of this being that it's like everything else that everybody try to do is wrong. Like, you don't, like, I'm supposed to be doing this. The way I think it's supposed to go is the way I know my child needs it to go. And it's like we haven't found a way to turn that animalistic instinct into a human type of reaction, because it's like the reality is, if your mother come and help you take care of the baby, like, you survive, why you think your mother gonna drop your baby? Why you think your mother not gonna know how to, you know, soothe a child? But it just be something when you in that mode, like, y'all doing it wrong. Why the baby still crying? Mind you, the baby cried all night with me. Yeah. But why is the baby still crying? Like, hey, what are you doing? Like, you're hurting my baby. And mind you, like,
I don't know what it is. I think maybe it's like a control thing. Just like mothers, like, it's either my way or no way. Like, I've been with my child since they came out. We've been locked in ever since. I know from start to finish what my child needs. It's like, it's not going no other way.
I think it'd be sometimes like that fear or that mom guilt that we feel like, say you done try to get your baby to sleep for hours, somebody come in, rock your baby 3 times, and now the baby go to sleep. And now you looking at them like, what the hell?
And I was blessed. I was blessed in that area because I was never afraid that my mom was doing anything wrong. But like that right there, she gonna sleep for you.
Yeah.
Let's just say the whole rocking thing.
Yeah.
Before I even had Kiela, I had already made like a list in my notes of do's and don'ts. Number 1, don't. Do not rock my child. Because at the end of the day, I'm gonna have to rock that child. I'm with that child 24/7. Only with them for like an hour. Like, do not rock my child to sleep. And in reality, like you said, like, we need a break, and your child not gonna sleep. Somebody grab him and they rock him. Granted, I want to be like, stop fucking rocking my child, but then she sleep.
Once you sleep, like, let me chill. Just appreciating that somebody else know can do it.
Yeah.
It was another point I was gonna make. I lost it. Oh, but yeah, as soon as like Grayson came out, he was crying all the time, so I barely got sleep. And then plus, I slept on my stomach all my life. So when I was pregnant, after like 5-6 months, I can't sleep on my stomach no more. So that's the one thing I'm waiting on. Soon as he come out, like being able to just go to sleep on my stomach. I end up getting a C-section. I can't sleep on my stomach for another 3 weeks. So it's just, I don't know. Like I was barely getting sleep. He was barely sleeping. And then even going back to what we was just talking about, like he could sense my stress. Like, now I think about it, how am I expecting him to fall asleep with his ears on my heartbeat and my heartbeat thumping? Like, you just, like, sometimes you really do just need to take a break.
Yeah.
And relax. So, it'll be hard.
What did you picture feeding, breastfeeding, bottle feeding, would be like, and what has been your experience?
I think, okay, the one thing that I wasn't prepared for was that engorgement. Like,
okay, nobody.
They don't talk about that. I'm sorry, but the movies about pregnancy and giving birth, like, they never get that deep into what it's actually like. Like, you be seeing the people in the movies come home with their baby and they just, might be a little sad trying to adjust, but they haven't had a baby there. I'm at home, my boobs are freaking touching my belly button. Like, what is going on? I did not like that. But once them couple days, maybe 2 weeks went by and that engorgement went down, I loved breastfeeding. I pumped all the time. Every time he ate off one boob, I was pumping on the next. So it was like, had a big ass supply. But then went to the Bahamas 1 week. Came back, he didn't want the boob no more. Like, and I was actually very sad. He was 6 months. I wanted him to at least go for a year. So that kind of threw me off. But I actually really enjoyed breastfeeding.
I did not have that luxury of breastfeeding that long, and I just wasn't supplying enough. So I came home, and even in the hospital, I had a hard run-in with the lactation specialist. She was just really like rude, but in her mind helpful. Just, intention versus impact sometimes. But came home immediately. My mom was like, let's just go get her some formula. I wasn't mad at it because I'm like, either way she need to eat. But I didn't expect, and I should have, because I've been around babies, they gonna turn up when they hungry. It don't matter what time of the night it is. And I just remember vividly, like, carrying my child in my t-shirt sometimes. Like, it's in the dark. I'm trying to make this bottle. Like, come on, Bubba, let's. I swear, I'm trying. I'm literally trying, but no. Shout out to all the moms who breastfeed for long periods of time, or even short. It's no small feat, no matter how long you did it. But then I think a lot of people need to touch on the impact that if you decide to stop, how you should go about that as far as probiotics and, talking to your doctor, because I, for a short time, had mastitis. And I freaked out. Like, I felt like I had the flu, whatever the case may be. So that needs to be touched on a lot more than what it is, because people just genuinely, don't know.
And then to add on to that, and adding some more mom guilt into that, it's like, I know my oldest sister that has 3 kids, she breastfed for a long time, and my mom breastfed all of us too. And I remember, like, after those 6 months, Grayson wasn't doing the boob no more. Like, I was still able to pump and put in a bottle, but even then, like, since he's not actually eating the boob, no. So that supply starting to go down. So now I'm wrestling with, like, doing formula, doing breast milk. And my mom and sisters, they were just not, mom and sister, they was just so judgmental about that, like, because they breastfed all the time, like, they see how it worked out for their kids, but they was not into me giving him formula. And it was really one of the things was like, I gotta hang up the phone on y'all, because now you making me feel bad. He don't want my boob. What do you want me to do? So he gonna get this little Enfamil and we gonna be good.
And I don't think people really understand when your child is not even, it's like, damn, I'm starting my child, or I'm doing the best I can. Like, if my child get another full, like, that'd be a lot. Because I breastfed. In the hospital, she automatically latched on. Leave the hospital, she stopped breastfeeding that, like, for the entire week and 6 down. And my mom's like going crazy. My pumping, don't even know how to work my breast pump. I'm just pumping every hour. Like, what's going on? Like, just storing it. Until I talked to my lactation doctor. And then I don't think people understand. It's crunch time. That 3 hours, 2 hours is crucial, especially when you need to get things done. That time is flying by, because by the time your child is done, it's like, okay, it's either I'm gonna wash clothes, I'm gonna wash my ass, brush my teeth, wash dishes, like, what chore am I going to get done, or what am I going to do within that time frame? Because you're not, at the end of the day, you're not going to get everything realistically done on your list. And hello, trying to take a shower.
Yeah.
Whew.
Yeah, no, I was lucky to have a shower sometimes because I don't know what it be. Because the reality is, you can let that baby just sit there and cry, but it just be something about your mom. Like, and I promise y'all, it be when it's your child specifically. Because I be watching Lindsay Baby now. I watch Lindsay Baby now, and sometimes it's like, all right, I done tried to rock you for 15 minutes. You just need some you time.
Yeah.
Leave him in there. He crying himself to sleep. He probably crying for like a solid 7 minutes, and I let that baby cry. It was Grayson crying, like I just, I cannot hear this right now.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. No, I think that's all moms. I can be around other children that's crying, and mothers are like, oh my goodness, you get anxiety, like you overstimulate, like But when it comes to Kiela, I'm like, bro,
why are you
gotta go? Like, go. Bye, y'all. I see y'all later. Like, it's something about it.
So back to the whole breastfeeding thing. I think it also needs to be touched on. I'm so glad that I had a doctor that came in when I had a false alarm with Drew. Thought I was going into labor. She's like, do you intend to breastfeed? And I was like, I want to. Because in my mind, everybody's like, that's going to be the smartest baby only if you breastfeed.
Yes.
Like, well, I don't want no slow puppy. So she's like, well, that's not really how, like, it's part of it. She's like, that's not the full battle. She's like, as long as you are stimulating her every day. So that's where that talking to her, smiling in her face, every conversation. And now my child is very receptive and just super smart. But then when it comes to the crying thing, it truly is like a mental reaction for us. Like people don't realize, like, just let the baby cry. No, the whole time my brain is screaming like fight or flight. Like in the first couple of seconds, like if we don't get that solved, now we're irritated. That's literally what it is. So I think people really have to learn more about the science of the mother's body to be able to relate to a mother as well.
You know, piggyback so much off that one question.
But it's okay though. Speaking of that, how did you think you would handle toddler? Yes. And what is the reaction? Out in public or anything? I'm like, oh no, I'm a good mom. Like, oh my goodness, everybody thinking about me. Like, it's nothing wrong with her. I promise. Like, she a good baby. She a good baby. But we at home, it's like you in my face and you just whine for nothing. Like, you spoiled. Wow. Like, it irritates me. It irritates me so bad. But then I don't know. I guess like not you get used to it, but you just get to a point where it's like cry. Go ahead, watch some TV. Tune it out.
You're not doing nothing detrimental to your health.
Okay, you're good.
You're literally
it's different when they a baby. Oh, sorry. It's different when they a baby because it's like it could actually be something wrong with you. It could be somewhere you hurt. It could be something itching your back and you don't know how to scratch it. Like it could be something wrong with you. Now you doing it to get a reaction out of me. You've seen what I did when you cried like that before. I heard it got you what you want, and so now you're gonna keep doing that. Kids be a lot smarter than what we think they are sometimes. But then, like you say, out in public, it's like even then it's a different ball game because kids be going through hormone shifts just like you do when you a teenager. Like and your parents giving you advice and you don't want to hear under that. Like you 13, you know what it is. Right. The reality is you don't. So we gotta have that same grace with the little ones too. Like they got all these feelings coming up and you literally don't even know how to communicate anything. So you got to take it with a grain of salt. But I don't like them tantrums though. Okay.
Nah, them tantrums be eating me up because like I talk to Drew like she can talk back to me. And I'm like, are you okay? Like, what's your problem? And then we go out in public and you try to do that same mechanism with your kid when they are screaming at level 10,000. And it's funny. It's funny because I've genuinely watched people as Drew is falling out in the floor in Target. You don't do this in Target, man. Yeah. Say that shit for like Walmart. Like, come on, have some decorum. And I watched one lady kind of give me that like side smirk, like, you gonna handle that? Like, and I'm like, man, we in public, so I'm sure that you know if we was at home. But I'm trying to have some class, and I'm trying to show that I don't necessarily gotta pop my child in public. But she do get scooped up. She absolutely do get scooped up because what you crying for? But and then sometimes they just want independence. That's it. They just want it because as soon as I put on the floor to walk around, she bopping. So you just gotta kind of figure out what they even whining for in the moment. Otherwise, we leaving.
Yeah, she embarrassing me.
Yeah, you're embarrassing. I'm embarrassed.
What are your expectations about maintaining friendship? What have you only find it harder to prioritize
I think I had enough pep talks from other people about like how friendships are going to change when I was pregnant. I did not anticipate the lack of male interaction that she would have because I grew up with plenty of male friends. Yeah. I'm like, damn, where all your uncles at? I mean, unfortunately, if some of them see this, I'm like, dang, I thought I was around. Okay. Some of you have been, others not so much. But I think I really just understood like this is a totally different life for me. But I only become frustrated when people try to make it seem like they've been there. We know the real. Like, you know, like you don't. It's okay. You ain't been here from a baby like that for real. You get her a gift, thank you. You know, I expected that too. It's fine. It's literally okay.
I think for me, I had kind of touched on this before, but my expectations were very right where reality was. Like, I do think I made it a little easier on myself because I was willing to ask people for help, you know. But like when it came to my line sisters, when it came to my friends, like I was not one of those moms that felt like he needed to be with me all the time because I knew it would be times when I want to break. Yeah. So it's like, granted, when it first started, I was only one person I trusted to watch him. That was Carlissa, my deuce. But it was like, I don't know. She was just always available if I asked. Like, I don't think it was ever a time where she wasn't. So it was like, shout out to her. Like, honestly, that was the first babysitter he had was her. And even after then, like, I think it was probably one person that Shaheen was comfortable with. We put it out there already initially that, you know, we want him to be used to other people because I just really did not want to be one of those people that felt like I needed to sit in the house all the time. Like I knew if I was that person, I would have definitely gone crazy. And that postpartum would have sent me to hell. Like I just, because it was moments when me and Grayson was in there screaming at each other. And it's like, I can't do this. Carlissa, do you mind if I bring him over for a little bit? And she would, like, she loved him. So that was something I had to understand. Even as much as I want to be that mom that does it all and I know him perfectly, whatever, like, the reality is I need some time sometimes. So just asking. But even my other line sisters, like, if I didn't ask them, it was because I know y'all still living on campus. Y'all still want to have y'all fun. I'm not finna burden y'all with mine. But that doesn't mean that when I asked them, they didn't put what they plan to do to the side for him. So it's really just a thing with me, you know, letting that pride go and asking. And I think because I really wasn't one of those people that was out and about too much before, that it didn't affect me. I think I started going out more after I had him, honestly, because it's like I'm with you all the time. I'm with you Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday. Nobody can make me feel bad about wanting to go and do something at 11 p.m. on a Saturday for a couple hours while he sleep. Like, so now on the weekends I'm finding something to do. I was daddy in the house. So
for those that are watching, do not allow people to guilt you into this whole like, don't let everybody watch your baby. You have discernment. You see, I'm looking dead at the camera. I don't know who this is for, but you have discernment. Like, you will know if that child cannot be trusted over there or if that person cannot be trusted with your child. So don't let nobody guilt you. I think people mean well because they don't want nothing to happen to your baby. But at a certain point, you're going to need a break. You're going to need even 15 minutes. Like, you come sit in the house with me for 15 minutes. Like, just moral support. Don't let nobody guilt you, bro. Like, life be lifing. Motherhood is beautiful when it's beautiful, but it is hard as hell when it hits. So yeah, just you ain't got to necessarily trust the whole world, but you know who you can trust. Yeah, basically that.
What did you expect to feel about comparing yourself to others?
I speak from the single parenthood type of point of view. I'm like, dang, I feel like I don't look like that. Like they look like they glowing. They got somebody over there helping them. Like they just look different.
Yeah.
I feel like, damn, do I look tired? I look stressed. Like I'm really doing this by myself. Like, and I kind of wanted that more than what I thought I would when I had Drew. Like again, I went into it like it's cool. It's cool. I ain't expecting it. But then on the other side, I'm like, I really wish I had a partner. Yeah. You were right. You're right. I really wish I had a partner. We do live and we learn for sure. And I don't know, too many other comparisons other than people who are really like very big on always being with their kid or not trusting people or like they real big boundaries. I'm like, do I not have enough? Yeah. Like, or am I just really that okay with living life and letting my child go be with people? So I don't know if that's comparison or just like checking myself. Like, am I not secure enough? Like, am I not securing my child enough?
Yeah, no. But you're a great mom.
You are a great mom. You are a great mom, and that's why sometimes you don't listen to the stuff that people tell you to do. But yeah, I think the question was about comparison. Mm-hmm. Okay, I think again, I kind of got lucky in that regard because I felt like it wasn't too many people that had been in the place I was when I had my child. Like, I already knew when me and Shaheem decided we were going to keep him that school was going to get harder and life was going to be a little bit harder. Like, I knew it. So, I don't know. I just, it's like I kind of knew that, like, I would have to show myself some grace. Like, I'm about to go through something very, very hard. And I had heard about postpartum depression already. Like, I even had told Shaheem to go ahead and look up postpartum depression himself before we had Grayson, because I knew like the type of mindset I had like could get down. But I think if anything, the anxiety I felt once I had him, it wasn't more so comparison to other people, but a comparison to the kind of mother I wanted to be versus the mother that I was. Like, that's the comparison that would get to me. Like, I know what I'm capable of, but for some reason my mind and my body won't allow me to do this stuff. Like, but then again, that comes with postpartum depression and, you know, knowing yourself and being real with yourself. Like, I went to the birthing center that I was going to have him at. They also did motherhood support groups. So it was like, you know, sometimes I'm going to have to get myself up and drag me and the baby to the support group, and then you get there and realize like all of us sitting over here stressed. You got older mothers here. I'm probably the youngest one here, but got white moms, black moms, Indian moms. Like, and I know this Indian mom got an Indian husband right at home helping her out. So it's like, you know, everybody just be messed up. I think if anything, the anxiety I felt once I had him, it wasn't more so comparison to other people, but a comparison to the kind of mother I wanted to be versus the mother that I was. Like, that's the comparison that would get to me. Like, I know what I'm capable of, but for some reason my mind and my body won't allow me to do this stuff. Like, but then again, that comes with postpartum depression and, you know, knowing yourself and being real with yourself. Like, I went to the birthing center that I was going to have him at. They also did motherhood support groups. So it was like, you know, sometimes I'm going to have to get myself up and drag me and the baby to the support group, and then you get there and realize like all of us sitting over here stressed. You got older mothers here. I'm probably the youngest one here, but got white moms, black moms, Indian moms. Like, and I know this Indian mom got an Indian husband right at home helping her out. So it's like, you know, everybody just be messed up.
Or all mothers go through the same shit, but you will not know until you met somebody. And you like, I thought I was the only one. No, girl. Me too.
Yeah.
No.
Me too.
Like, you are not by yourself.
Yeah. Okay. Were you going to answer it? Did you answer it already?
Actually, no, I did not answer that question. I didn't feel find myself preparing myself as far as in like being a mother. I was finding myself preparing to this child. I thought that she was behind, but in reality, it's like at the time, everybody was having kids back to back. Okay, my baby girl was the youngest out of everybody, so I'm just seeing everybody kids just like talk and eat and run and like just doing like being independent. And granted, it's like okay, Kiela's like 5 months behind everybody. Like she's up there with them because of course she's learning from them, but like she is not their age.
Right.
Well, they're in their months. You know, like she's good. She's learning. Like. Very smart, like stop comparing yourself. Like stop comparing her to other children.
I think that's
she's right where she needs to be. Very intelligent, smart, independent, and she needs to stop doing it. So, and I actually had a conversation with one of my friends because I felt myself doing it with Malika's child because Kiela is always around Dakota, and I had a conversation. She was like, "Girl, you need to stop. You need to realize like." Dakota and Kiela is not the same age. Like, granted, they're one, but as far as their months, like, he's about to turn 2, like, she'll be 2 in the next, 6 months. Like, chill out. Okay. What did you imagine your emotional connection with your child would be, and what has it actually been?
Hey, since I got the mic. I mean, this is just me being honest and true. I expect it to be a lot closer with my child. Like I expected to have a mama's boy, like just you know. And I think in his own little way he is, but of course him being with his dad in these developmental years, like he's a daddy boy. He loves his dad. Like he just want to do everything he do. He be talking like him. I mean, they be on FaceTime. They look just alike. Like I don't know what it is. So I don't know. But even back to first giving birth, like even then I wanted to be close to him in the first few months. I'm like, when is your real mother coming to get you? Like honestly, I can't. This can't be. I'm your mom. Like I think about the regard that I hold my mom in, and just how like up until a certain point in my life, she was just the all knowing. Like it wasn't until I was a teenager that I realized my mom is a human.
Yeah.
But it's like now that's who I am in somebody else's reality. Like that part, I don't know. It just I be making a lot of impulsive decisions.
Yeah.
But it's like this was that one impulsive decision that was like, dang, like I'm stuck with this decision for the rest of my life. There is nothing unless something tragic happens. There's never going to be a time where I'm not a mom. Like I'm not your mom. So. I was just like, dang, like, I don't know, that reality, it just kept hitting me over and over and over again. And I didn't like it at first, but I got used to it.
So coming from somebody who, for a long time, was told how hard and cold and whatever the case may be, I am. I really wanted a boy.
Yeah.
So I felt like I could better connect with this little boy who don't need much from me. And then I have a girl and find out I'm having a girl. And I'm like, me, a girl? What the hell? Yo, she's so perfect. Like literally has brought out emotions in me I didn't even know was there. Like, so that connection has been beautiful because it helps me to grow and become more feminine, and show her certain stuff. And people have to remind me, like, you're literally a freaking woman. Like, you're a lady, bro. Stop. But I get to show her that. Like, I get excited to show her that. And I met a lady in the store the other day. No wonder, I don't know why she was staring at me.
Yeah.
But she walking up on me, and her daughter wants to get into deodorant. And I'm like, she getting into hygiene? She's like, girl, yes. Like, I'm like, oh my God, I get to do that one day.
Right.
Because I'm so big. I'm like, ooh, this product going to make me smell good, or this going to make me feel clean. Like, I cannot wait for that.
Yeah.
So I think the connection when I started to realize like one day I'm gonna be somebody she look up to made me shift my mindset immediately. Like I don't even care about having no boy no more. I still want one. Still want one. But I love having her.
And if I piggyback off that, because I mean this might get a little deep. I don't even know if it's gonna stay on topic. But with that, for one, I feel like God always give us what we need versus what we want. Like, because I wanted a girl so bad. But even hearing Monty talk about that, like, whereas right now in my life, I still feel like my femininity is a big thing, especially when it comes like to the physical femininity. Yeah. Like that's still something I'm working on. And now I imagine myself having a girl, like how she's saying, like, you know, she watching this other lady daughter get excited for stuff. Like that's not me. Right. That's not me. So it's like I could have seen myself at that moment with a 5-year-old girl, and it's like, dang, mommy trying to figure this out too. How I'm gonna show you how to do it. Whereas I feel like with my boy, I don't know. It's just like a lot of. I had to learn a lot of empathy and just like I don't know. It might be that same type of thing, but it's just a different type of vulnerability that I've had to find in myself because of him too. But just to close that up, like God gonna give you what you want. Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Interesting, because I'm intrigued on if the lesson in us having, you know, the gender we were given was more so about what it takes to raise them, right? So in the patience and grace that you would need to give a young man is essentially, I feel like, the blessing of it all, because now you get to learn that about yourself, like where you need patience, where you need grace and vulnerability, because as he grows, he's going to need empathy. He's going to need people that want to actually hear his judgment and not just be like, well, you're a man, be quiet. Right. So that type of stuff is really interesting in like the spiritual perspective.
As I was pregnant, it's just like, to be completely honest, I did not have. I was depressed. She was feeling those emotions, and in my head, I'm like, "Oh, when she come home, I don't like, you know, people are already telling me, "Oh, how you act, she gonna, you know, you gonna get the same thing back." And I'm like, "No." In reality, I am very aggressive. Like you said, trying to tap into your feminine side, your soft side, you know. And I think she's starting to bring that out because, like we speaking on earlier, self identity. You know, like I'm not just a mother, I'm and I personally did not think that I was going to be so loving and caring, you know, and voicing that to her because growing up, I didn't get that a lot. You know, I knew my parents, you know, loved me and stuff, but it wasn't voiced. Every chance I get, I'm like, I love you, Lord. I love you. Kids, come here, like, you know, hugs and everything.
You so pretty.
Run away. You're so pretty, you know.
Affirmation.
Yeah.
And just like the small things, like you touched on with the whole like deodorant thing, like even now, like if y'all see me like brushing my hair, she'll get her brush, start brushing her hair. Or if she see me put on lip gloss, she'll look at me, literally put her hand on her hip and just looking. I'll put it on and she'll look like that. Like it's just little things like that. I'm like, oh my goodness, like I really got a mini bestie. Like I can do girl things with spa, nails, like it's the stuff that I wouldn't expected me to be so happy about, but it's the little things that matter. And as long as it's progress, that's all.
That's real. That's so real. For real. Forever. Literally. Before we close too, because you know Herbert like, let that go. Don't be so angry. The baby can feel it. I ain't gonna say necessarily just brush it off. Yeah. But you gotta acknowledge it. Yeah. You have to. And it don't necessarily got to be aggressive. You ain't got to argue with nobody. You really don't. And that's growth because in those moments I felt like I had to knock somebody up, you know, upside the head. Like, you don't piss me off. But no, you got to acknowledge stuff like that. Yeah. Because even though you may be trying to brush it off, you are internalizing it. And that baby is still going to feel that. Yeah. So that's just my little bit.
32.
Yeah, this was great.
Reality.
Reality get real.
I just want to say that amazing mothers for sure.
So are you, darling.
Is there any I would like to give experienced moms, new moms, and those because I consider myself a new mom. I actually consider you an expert.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, no, season. OMG, I don't know if I want to start out the advice. At the same time, I don't want to trigger anybody in here like I did once before. But honestly, I think if I was to give anybody advice about having a child, is that don't do it unless you're able to do it with somebody that is obligated to be there for that child as much as you, meaning the father, because it's something freeing about being able to send your child off if you need to, even if it's just to the next room with somebody that, like I said, is just as obligated to give that as much as you. Like, it's one thing when you have your friends there, when you have your sister there, when you have your moms there, and they helping you out. It still don't feel the same. Like, you still feel like you supposed to do this versus when it's their father helping you out. It's like, I mean, you still kind of feel that feeling, but you get over that feeling a little quicker because it's like, you know what, you are actually supposed to do your part. If there was any advice I would give, is to do that, because even if y'all don't end up together, like, you still know that that child has that other person there that's loving them just as unconditionally as you. And I just hate seeing my good sisters, my good people falling into this trap where you kind of like, you know, you stuck doing it all by yourself. The message I was trying to give off is like, I don't want to ever see people in that position where it's like they got to do it all by themselves. So, however that can be wrapped up into one single sentence of advice, just like, you know, don't be afraid to ask for help.
A lot of people be like, I'm so ready to have one. What won't hurt? I'm like, just make sure you're stable.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, you know, if you, because some people want to have the children, they want to cheer a child so bad.
Yeah,
like, I'll do it by myself.
Yeah, and it's reality. Yeah,
I mean, and if that's what you so choose, just make sure you are stable.
correct.
Because there's so much freedom in being able to get up and be like, my baby need this, and I can buy it.
Mm-hmm.
Or I need some time to myself, and you can get it.
Yeah,
Type thing. So stability, structure, and a village. I got about 2 of them. I want to be more stable.
Yeah.
So that a lot of stuff don't knock me off my pivot.
Yeah.
And what else? Prioritize your mental and emotional health.
Correct.
Don't be afraid that stuff is not taboo. It's nothing that we don't all talk about.
Okay.
Life be hard even before you decide to have a child. You probably got some stuff that you ain't dealt with. And that baby gonna bring it back up.
Okay.
Right.
So just be mindful of you in the same way that you would want everybody to be mindful of your child.
Mm-hmm.
And you during that process.
Yeah.
Because in the midst of pregnancy, or you may, I'm not going to wish it on nobody, but you may feel alone. Everybody's going to be sitting here dead in front of your face and be like, I'm the only one here feeling this right now. Like,
Yeah.
so, literally, like, take that time to be like, I can see this child, whatever, am I ready for this?
Yeah.
Because that's really a lot of the stuff that it's like, it's a mental preparedness that you also kind of need.
Correct.
Yeah.
Because this is
correct.
this is long term. So I would take all of that into consideration, and I would not do this again without doing that. I want this baby just as you. I can't live life without you and your child.
Thank y'all for coming to New Mom Diaries, navigating motherhood together. Make sure you follow us on Instagram at New Mom Diaries _. And I love y'all. Thank y'all.